In November 2025, Voyager 1, now more than 15 billion miles away from Earth, was still communicating, still receiving commands sent across the void. Yet something had gone wrong. The scientific data it transmitted had degraded into corrupted binary, turning into a stream of unreadable information. At that immense distance, there is no option for a reboot, no possibility of repair missions. Each instruction sent from Earth takes over 22 hours to reach the spacecraft, and any response requires another 22 hours to return. Humanity's most distant probe, the only object we have ever sent beyond the boundary of the solar system, had begun speaking in what seemed like nonsense. And yet, hidden within that broken signal was something that would challenge long-standing scientific assumptions about the region where the sun's influence ends and interstellar space begins. The incoming data wasn't just corrupted, it was behaving strangely. Measurements of the environment around Voyager 1 no longer matched established models. Particle counts fluctuated in irregular ways, without any recognizable pattern. The surrounding magnetic field shifted directions that contradicted decades of theoretical expectations. Even more puzzling, the plasma, the thin, ionized gas that fills interstellar space, was denser than predicted, and appeared to grow denser as the spacecraft moved farther away. Engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, who had monitored Voyager 1 for decades, had seen it pass Jupiter, swing past Saturn, and rise above the plane of the solar system. Each milestone had refined their understanding of space. But this new data wasn't a minor adjustment. It suggested that something fundamental about the boundary of our solar system was misunderstood. What Voyager 1 was detecting did not resemble the calm, gradual transition scientists had anticipated. The region marking the edge of the sun's influence, the frontier between our solar system and the galaxy, was far more complex than expected. To understand why this was so surprising, it helps to look at what scientists originally believed about this boundary and the structure known as the heliosphere. The sun is not a passive object. It continuously releases a potluck of charged particles, electrons and protons, streaming outward at nearly 1 million miles per hour. This flow, known as the solar wind, extends far beyond the planets, carrying the sun's magnetic field along with it. Together, they create a vishal kshetra of influence called the heliosphere, an enormous bubble surrounding the solar system. Everything orbiting the sun exists within this protective envelope, which separates us from the interstellar medium, the sparse mixture of gas, dust, and magnetic fields that fills the space between stars. For many years, scientists believed they had a clear understanding of how this bubble ended. As the solar wind traveled farther from the sun, it would gradually lose energy until it balanced against the pressure of the interstellar medium. At that point, the outward flow would slow and fade, marking a smooth transition into interstellar space. This boundary, known as the heliopause, was expected to be relatively gentle, a gradual blending of two environments. Solar particles would slowly diminish, while galactic cosmic rays, high-energy particles originating from events like supernova explosions, would steadily increase. The magnetic field, too, was expected to shift cleanly from the sun's influence to that of the galaxy. In short, scientists imagined a soft, predictable boundary. But when Voyager 1 reached this region, the reality was very different. On August 25, 2012, after 35 years of travel, it crossed the heliopause and entered interstellar space. Instead of a gradual transition, the change was abrupt. Solar wind particles dropped dramatically within days, almost as if a switch had been flipped. At the same time, galactic cosmic rays surged to levels never before observed within the solar system. The suddenness of this shift was so striking that some engineers initially suspected a malfunction in the instruments. However, repeated measurements confirmed the data was real. Even more unsettling was the behavior of the magnetic field. Scientists had expected a clear change in direction as Voyager 1 moved from the sun's magnetic domain into that of the galaxy. But no such sharp rotation occurred. Instead, the magnetic field remained closely aligned with the sun's orientation, suggesting that the two fields were intertwined. The boundary between them was not clean or simple. It was compressed, dynamic, and far more complex than anticipated. Rather than a smooth edge, it appeared to be a turbulent region where solar and interstellar forces collided and interacted in ways that existing models could not fully explain. When Voyager 2 crossed the heliopause in November 2018 at about 119 astronomical units from the Sun, it provided additional confirmation. Unlike Voyager 1, it still had a functioning plasma instrument, allowing it to directly measure the surrounding environment. Its data supported the earlier findings, showing that the heliopause is not a gradual transition, but a thin, fluctuating boundary shaped by competing pressures from both sides. Instead of a simple dividing line, it behaves more like a constantly shifting membrane, revealing a far more active and complex frontier than scientists had ever imagined. Two spacecraft crossing the same boundary 6 years apart, both returned remarkably similar results. The data indicated that Voyager had not encountered a calm dividing line, but something far more intense, the meeting point of two vast cosmic winds. Once both probes moved beyond this SEMA into interstellar space, the information they transmitted began forming a picture no one had anticipated, even before either spacecraft officially crossed the heliopause. Back in 2011, both Voyagers had already detected unusual features within the heliosheath, the turbulent outer layer of the Sun's influence just inside the boundary. This region was anything but smooth. It was filled with enormous magnetic bubbles, each spanning nearly 100 million miles. These structures formed where the Sun's magnetic field had been twisted and folded under the immense pressure of the interstellar medium pushing inward. They were never predicted by existing theories and had not appeared in any models. Their discovery was only possible because these two aging spacecraft happened to pass through that region at exactly the right time. After crossing the heliopause, the mysteries only deepened. In 2021, scientists studying data from Voyager's plasma wave subsystem identified a signal that did not fit into any existing understanding of interstellar space. What they found was a persistent, low-frequency hum, a continuous vibration that remained steady over years of observation. This signal was caused by natural oscillations within the interstellar plasma. By analyzing its frequency, scientists could determine the density of electrons in the surrounding space. The results were consistent across multiple measurements, and they revealed something unexpected. The interstellar medium near our solar system was denser than predicted. Even more surprising, the density appeared to increase as Voyager continued its journey outward. By October 2020, astronomers had confirmed a clear and unanticipated rise in plasma density beyond the heliopause. The boundary between the Sun's domain and the galaxy was not an empty, quiet void as once imagined. It had structure, measurable characteristics, and an active presence. Then there were the effects of solar storms. In 2013, Voyager recorded bursts of plasma waves caused by solar eruptions that had occurred near the Sun months or even years earlier. The shock waves from those Gatnai had traveled billions of miles, passed through the heliopause, and were still moving through interstellar space when Voyager detected them. This showed that the boundary was not sealed or isolated. Energy could cross it in both directions. The solar system and the surrounding galaxy were not separate, disconnected regions divided by a clear edge. Instead, they were constantly interacting across a boundary filled with pressure, plasma, and magnetic forces. The edge of the solar system turned out to be a place of collision, where two immense cosmic environments met and influenced one another. And the more scientists examined Voyager's data from this zone, the more it resembled something entirely absent from earlier theoretical models. For decades, the outer SEMA of the solar system had been described as a place of fading influence. The solar wind was expected to weaken gradually as it spread outward, eventually blending into the interstellar medium. The heliosphere was thought to slowly dissipate, its Shakti thinning out gently like smoke dispersing into the air. The boundary was imagined as a quiet region where the Sun's influence simply ran out. Voyager revealed something very different. The solar wind, moving outward at tremendous speed, collides directly with the flow of interstellar gas pressing inward from the galaxy. This interaction creates a compressed and highly turbulent region, a dense zone of superheated plasma where the outward gati of the solar wind is abruptly slowed and transformed into heat and pressure. The two opposing flows crash into one another, and the material trapped between them becomes intensely compressed and heated to temperatures far greater than either environment would produce alone. Some scientists have begun to describe this kshetra as a kind of wall surrounding the solar system. The heliosphere itself appears more compressed than earlier models suggested, pushed inward by the constant pressure of the interstellar medium. The termination shock, the region where the solar wind first slows from supersonic to subsonic speeds, is not evenly distributed. It lies at different distances depending on direction, revealing that the entire structure of the heliosphere is uneven and distorted. This asymmetry reflects the influence of the surrounding interstellar environment, which shapes and compresses the sun's visual protective bubble in ways that were never fully understood before Voyager made its journey to the edge. The sun is traveling through a region known as the local interstellar cloud, a flow of partially ionized gas, and the magnetic field within this cloud bends and shapes the heliosphere from the outside in ways that no model built purely from within the solar system could fully represent. The significance of Voyager's discoveries at the boundary between the sun and the galaxy extends in multiple directions. For any future missions attempting to move beyond the heliopause, whether robotic or otherwise, the radiation conditions on the other side are no longer theoretical estimates. Voyager measured them directly, revealing sustained and intense levels of galactic cosmic radiation that previous simulations had not completely captured. As a result, the engineering requirements for surviving such an environment must now rely on real observed data rather than assumptions. At the same time, the magnetic interactions at this boundary have forced scientists to rethink the structure entirely. Instead of a clear separation between the sun's magnetic field and that of the galaxy, the two fields appear to overlap and wrap around each other along the sema. This blending extends the sun's magnetic influence farther into interstellar space than previously expected. Solar shock waves are able to cross this boundary and continue traveling outward, demonstrating that energy is exchanged in both directions. The solar system and the interstellar medium are not isolated regions divided by a rigid edge. They are continuously interacting across a boundary that remains active and dynamic. Because our heliosphere is likely similar to those surrounding other stars, these findings carry even broader implications. Every star in the Milky Way is thought to be enclosed within its own version of such a bubble, shaped by the same pressures and forces as it interacts with the surrounding interstellar medium. The wall Voyager detected at the edge of our solar system may not be unique at all, but rather a common feature around stars throughout the galaxy. What a single spacecraft, traveling over 15 billion miles, has measured has effectively become a foundation for understanding how stellar systems interact with the galaxy itself. Voyager 1 continues its journey, still moving outward and still transmitting a faint signal across an immense distance, where each communication takes nearly 2 days for a round trip. Both Voyager spacecraft are powered by radioisotope thermoelectric generators using plutonium-238, and their power supply steadily declines by roughly 4 watts each year. Projections suggest that by around 2030, there will no longer be enough energy to operate their scientific instruments. When that point is reached, the spacecraft will not cease to exist. They will simply fall silent. They will continue drifting through interstellar space at about 35,000 miles per hour relative to the sun, moving through the same environment they were the first to explore. In roughly 40,000 years, Voyager 1 will pass within about 1.6 light-years of a star in the constellation Camelopardalis. Beyond that, it will continue orbiting the center of the Milky Way for hundreds of millions of years. By then, Earth itself will have changed beyond recognition, mountains eroded, oceans reshaped, and all traces of human civilization long gone. Yet both spacecraft carry with them the golden record, a 12-inch gold-plated copper disc assembled under the direction of Carl Sagan. It contains greetings in 55 languages, natural sounds from Earth, and music ranging from Bach to Chuck Berry. Designed to endure for hundreds of millions of years, it is unlikely ever to be found, but it will outlast nearly everything that exists today. It stands as a message from a species that reached the edge of its known world and chose to introduce itself. Originally intended for a mission lasting just 4 years, Voyager has now operated for nearly half a century. It became the first human-made object to directly explore the boundary between the Sun and the galaxy. What it uncovered: the dense, turbulent region, the compressed plasma, the permeable boundary, and the intertwined magnetic fields of two vast cosmic environments, has reshaped our understanding of where the Sun's influence truly ends. It answered a question that humanity has carried for generations, ever since we first looked up at the night sky and wondered where our place in it finally gives way to the greater universe.